Oh. Well, I haven't done a live for ages, have I? I'm just outside Morrison's. Just dropped my mum off. My son's gone in with her to do some shopping, so I thought I'd come and say hello to people. I haven't done a live for ages. I sort of like gave up on lives. Just pretty much a waste of time. This is only on subscribers, so it should be only people that subscribe to my channel. So yeah, I thought I'd come and chat to you about what's happening this week. I am having a full week of carboot videos. Should be, unless it rains. I've got three car boots. I've got three car boot videos planned for the next 3 days, which are already filmed. Just need to edit them, and then I am doing other car boots, so that'll carry on for the rest of the week. And it might be like this for quite a long time, because I've got I can do a car boot on Wednesday. I can do a car boot on Thursday. I can do a car boot on Friday. I can do a car boot on Saturday. I could do 2 car boots on Saturday. I think I got jumbo sales as well. So yeah, not bad. Also, I don't know what else was I going to say. There's something else. Yeah, I'm going through a lot of my stock, trying to list as much as possible. I'll probably be listing some of the stock before you even see it this week as well, which I don't usually do. I got quite a few good items, so yeah, it should be lots of, I would say, interesting videos for you guys. But I've got 5 people watching now. But guys, if you want to ask me anything, fire away. Like I said, I'm just sitting in the car. I was going to start editing the video while I was in the car, but I can't be bothered. The video will probably come out this evening, probably about between 5 and 6. This one is out of 3 on Sunday. This is the worst one, because it was at 5 o'clock, pitch black. Picked up a couple of good things, to be fair. I only picked up a few things, but when you go really early, it's one of them. People go early to car boots and think, yeah, gonna get all the good things. It's not like that. I don't think you need to go super early trying to dive into people's car boots and stuff like that. Yes, you got first dibs on stuff, but there's always people coming in, and that's the only trouble. Do you want to really get there, what, 5 o'clock in the morning and hang around for like 3 hours for everybody to come? Because that's what it's like. Unless it's one of them ones where it's set up before. They're the best car boots, I think. They are the best car boots. 17 people. Well done. Northern Sneakers. Afternoon, John. How's the meet up and going with people attending? Well, with the meet, I think I've got over 10 people coming, which are either followers, they are followers, either subscribers for followers, or people out. Well, they all know me. They wouldn't come. So that's 10. I know there's 10 definite people. I know I got Cheryl, which is Vintage Reseller UK or something like that. We've got Big Al. They're the 2 main people that most people will know. Got I can't even. Ollie Flips. I know he's coming. A lot of people won't know who these people are. He's coming. I've got I can't remember her name. She'll murder me if she ever watches this. She lives down the road from me. She's coming with her mates, so I know she likes a party as well. So she'll be coming out probably after with us. She'll bring a couple of mates. And I know I've got other ones, but I can't remember. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do another video soon, probably next week. I just want to know, or do a post on YouTube. So if anybody is coming, let me know, and I'm actually going to write your names down so I know who's coming. Like I said, I know there's about 10 people so far, so You got to think, if people are bringing somebody with them, I know Cheryl probably will bring somebody with her. I can't see her coming down by herself. I'm bringing somebody with me, obviously. So, well, 10 people, you got to think, a lot of people do not like going to meets, you know. There's so many resellers that don't do YouTube, so many resellers that don't do social media. So some people, I think a lot of people who do reselling are very, what's the word? Introverted. A bit like Ricky. If Ricky's watching, you know, Ricky's very, very on screen, probably a very confident person. He's probably, I think he's probably one of the best, you know, like presenting himself. But when it comes to like doing it in person, he struggles, and it's a shame because, you know, a lot of people would love to meet him, wouldn't they, and all that lot. And I'm not saying he should do it, but you know, maybe it'd be nice because you'd see how many people actually you know, support him. You know, I've asked him to come, he said no, and I said I wouldn't want him to come anyway by himself because he has to travel a long way. But I said, well, if you did come, just bring your family. I just saw on my Instagram, if you're following that, there's a place called Who's Zoo, and it's absolutely brilliant now because they've updated it with dinosaurs and everything. And Ava, like, she would absolutely love that sort of thing. You know, they come down and spend the weekend. Ricky could pop in, do it, you know, spend a couple of hours, and then drive back to the hotel where they're staying, and do that. You know, I'm not saying come to meet me. Obviously, that is the main thing. It's not like some sort of like, oh yeah, this is my meetup. I'm organising it. Where I live, no one bothers with anything. You know, you got no one that really cares about reselling or wants to help anybody in reselling. When I've seen all these meetups, they're always down south, up north, Manchester. There's never in a Midlands. Midlands is the biggest, second biggest city, you know, area. You know, Birmingham. I'm not from Birmingham, but I'm from like Shropshire, so West Midlands, and it's right bang in the middle of the UK. So if anything, more people should be coming to a Midlands meet than any other one because it's easy access. You know, everybody can get to it, and yeah. I mean, if 10 people come, that's fine by me. You know what I mean? It's fine by me. I have got a lot of other people come. Aaron's coming. He always comments on this. Hopefully there's a couple of others that are coming. I think that what I've got the problem with is people saying it and not coming. I'm not going to hate you if you don't come. I'm not going to get in a mood if you don't come. But one thing I will be a bit annoyed is somebody saying they're coming all the time and not. I mean, you got Big Al coming. He's got 20,000 subscribers on his channel. He's a multi-millionaire. He's got a massive eBay business, you know, and you will learn a lot from him. And if you've never met him, he's an absolute gent, but he's funny. You could talk about any random stuff you want. He's not stuck up. He's not anything. He acts like one of the lads, but he can also be, you know, normal. He's a great personality. Cheryl's exactly the same. If you enjoy what I do, Cheryl's like the woman version of me. You know, she doesn't really care what she says. She's a bit more lower level compared to me in like expressing herself. She does like sort of like not go to the extreme I do, but yeah, somebody's drilling behind for some reason. Will you be? Oh yeah, I'll be doing a vlog about it. It'll be on my phone though. I won't be. I'll be doing basically a middle finger to everybody who said that, why are you doing a meet? All these saddos that keep on setting up fake accounts time after time. There's a person who is obsessed with me, and he probably fancies me, called Happy Days, and he must have set up about 20 plus profiles, new accounts, just to say something. And I invite them all to come. I won't beat any of them up. I'll just say, you know what? Why bother? What you're getting out of like trolling somebody? You're not getting nothing out of it, because none of the true subscribers that are normal pay any attention to you unless you say something really bad. They do say stuff to them and then they shut up. So yeah, anybody's welcome, even people I don't really talk to or get on with. You know, I mean, I'm going to Shrewsbury where Lightworks lives, and if you don't know who he is, he does reselling. He's one of the ones I fell out with because he went to the other side after he was speaking to me before, and then he suddenly started hanging around with all them lot, you know, because I don't do what he does, and you know, a cliche thing. But like I said, he can come with his missus as well and talk about what he does. You know, I'm not really bothered. In the end of the day, bygones will be bygones. If you can't forgive and forget people what they've done, either one way or the other way, you might as well just, you know, what's the point in life? It's petty anyway. You know, anybody that falls out of people for doing nothing, you know, then fair enough. I mean, anybody I've ever fell out with, I've not really fell out with, I've just expressed my feelings. I haven't really spoke to him. You know, they're not associates, they're not friends, they're not people who I would talk to anyway, but not one of them did ever come and say, you know what, I didn't know you felt like that, or oh, I'm sorry for that, I hope I didn't offend you, or oh, you know what, it wasn't like meant to be like that. You know, you should have just said something. You know, and then it would have been fine. None of this stuff would ever happened. I would have never done anything. But you know me. If somebody annoys me, I would never ever. And this is the point of my meet. No one anybody that comes to my meet will feel alone. Will feel like they're not good enough. Will feel like that person over there is singling other people out. And if they do, I'll tell that person they can do one. You know, if I see somebody going around saying slide remarks to other people, I'll tell them to go one. I'll tell them to do one. I don't care, because it shouldn't be like that. If you're good at something and you're successful, what you should be doing is not boasting about it. You should be helping people. You should be, you know, just saying what you do, right? And yeah, you might not be able to do what they do because money situations, maybe circumstances. But say, for instance, Big Al is coming. He's a multi-millionaire, right? Pretty much everybody who does reselling is nothing compared to Big Al when it comes to that. He buys loads and loads of stock. I can't tell you where he gets it from, but he's got people who work for him. He's got a big factory, warehouse, you know, which is full, not just having a warehouse which is basically empty, most of it. You know, he's got proper shelving, aisles, all different stuff. And if you want to be like him, he will help you. He will teach you. He will help you. He'll guide you, and he won't make out like he's like, oh, I'm better than you, blah 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 blah. He will actually generally help you and tell you how to start off, how he did it. You know, I know some people think that, well, to get like that, you've got to have money anyway, but he was bankrupt for 2 times. So he had to get that money again. right? There's no shame in getting loans if you want to succeed. As long as you get the loan and you're successful with the loan, you know. I had a loan. I had a business loan from eBay, and I wanted to have a business loan because it was such a good deal, you know. And I always say, if you're on eBay and you're a business, and they actually offer you a loan, which is great because that means you're doing good and they trust you. They take 20% off everything you sell. So if you sell whatever you sell, they'll take 20% off that pay thing, that whatever it's sold for, and you don't even notice the money is coming out. You obviously get they offer you a big sum. It could be 1,000, could be 3,000, 4,000, 20,000. You know, it depends how good you are on eBay, how much you sell them. But if you are wanting to go to the next stage, say, oh, I live in I need a big shed, or I'm getting too much stock, I need to get a storage unit or whatever, or rent somewhere. How are you going to do it when you keep on buying stock, putting stock in? Yes, you have money to buy stock, but you really haven't got that big lump sum to invest in a massive shed or something like an outhouse. So you either have to pay installments, like George Roche, you know, he's paying installments on his shed. So there's nothing wrong with it. It's the same thing, and you can do it. I used it because I wanted to go on holiday. You can do that. You know what I mean? I wanted to go on my first holiday with my son. I was already thinking about doing it. I was going to do it anyway. And then the loan came at the time when I was thinking, because I was just going to pay like monthly, like you do with holidays. A lot of the time, you know, not many people spend, you know, buy a holiday and pay it all in one go. Who, if you look at most people, do you think they all own these cars? Like this car, you know, it's finance, isn't it? You haven't just got like 17 grand just to put away, you know, just to pay for a car, have you? Same holidays. You got a 3 grand holiday, you're going to pay it monthly over so many months than doing it. You know, that's the way to do it, because trying to save for something means you've got to be really strict with your money, and also it's hard as well, and not many people can do that. So there's no shame in getting a loan if you want to do something, because at least you're going to be able to do it. I wanted to go on a holiday. I was going to do the pay monthly scheme on Jet2 holidays, you know, where you pay your 60 quid and then you pay monthly for like 3 or 4 months. And then the loan came out. I think I got like 2,500 or something like that loan, and or something like 4,000. I don't know, one of them. I went, oh, this is brilliant. I can pay off the holiday straight away, so I don't have to worry about it. So I did that, and then I bought a load of stock with the rest of it. Bought obviously holiday clothes, and it made me feel so good because I knew I was going and doing something with my son, which was going to be memories. It was great doing it. First holiday abroad with my son, and it was all down to me doing obviously reselling. So yeah, you don't have to do that. You could, like I said, buy loads of stock, but whatever you want to do, you know, it's there for you. There's no shame in it. John, you still dodging, mate? Haven't seen. What you on about? What you on about? Still dodging, mate? Haven't seen you at the hedge for a while. I don't even know the hedge. I don't even know what you're on about. Getting a unit. I would never get a unit in my whole life. It is the biggest waste of money ever. What is the point in spending 300-400 quid a month or more, depending on where you live, for a shed? What is the point? The only people who should get a unit is people who are living in a flat. You know, they've got no garden, right? If you're living in a 1-bed, 2-bed flat and you've got no garden, get a unit if you obviously want to get more stock. If you've got a house with a back garden and you've got no shed, get a shed. If you've got a garage, use the garage. What is the point of wasting £400 a month for a, basically, they're not that big. They're not that big, right? You could get a shed. I mean, you don't have to get a really luxurious shed. I mean, what? A shed's probably, I don't know how much sheds are now, but just a standard shed, you're probably looking at a big one, like a storage unit, maybe a couple of grand. If it's just a standard one, probably. I don't know. Obviously, you want to get an outhouse. I think they're about eight grand or something like that, or plus. Depends on how big it is and all that lot. But yeah, I wouldn't bother unless you've got no space. There's no point, you know. I wouldn't even waste my time with it, because it's just, and also you got to go to it, and then that, to me, that makes me feel like it's a 9-to-5 job. You'll go into a cold metal unit, because that's what it's going to be, unless you got one of the nice ones that's indoors, you know. There, if I was going to get one, it probably would be one of them ones that you got a indoor one, so you have heating. But yeah, what's the point? And that's why I said about these business loans. If you could get a business loan or finance on a big shed like George Ross did, you're there. You're there. It's right next to you. What are you going to do more? Are you going to go to this unit, which you've got to drive to, so you're wasting petrol getting to that unit, then you're spending all day in this unit, then you've got to go and get your stock. Imagine how annoying that would be if you're quite one of them people that send stuff the next day. You've got to go to this unit every single day, maybe to get one thing, maybe two things. It's all right if you're getting a load of things, but you could have one sale, and you've got to go to this unit to get that one thing, where I could go to my shed, get that thing, wrap it, post it before you probably even get to that unit. It's just a waste of money. It really is a waste of money. People keep on saying, and this is the thing, stop watching people who are going on about units and making out like the best things and sliced bread, right? If you watch proper YouTubers who are realistic, family orientated, none of them have got a shed. I mean, none of them have got a unit. Ricky did it once. Where is he now? Back in his garage. George did it. Absolutely hated it. I don't think he even lasted a year. Back at home. He'd rather spend 13 grand on a shed than have a unit. You got to remember you're self-employed. So being self-employed means you want to have a life. You know what I mean? I just don't see the point of it. Plus, you don't know what's happening with it. You know what I mean? Stan Collymore. There you go. That's another thing as well. If you're having a bad, you've got to think, you've got to make so much money to pay for that unit, right? You could go, what I would do, Nathan, personally, is if you've got good credit history, or you have, it doesn't make any difference. Well, it would, because you won't get any money, will you? If you've got good credit history, what I personally would do, you've got to pay £370. So for £370, if you've got obviously a garden, you could get a really nice shed or outhouse, which is going to have electricity. You could get heating put in it. It'd be really nice. It will also make the house more valuable. That's another thing. And I guarantee you'll be spending less paying on finance on something that's going to be there forever, and it's going to be yours eventually. that unit is never going to be yours. It's dead money, and you're just wasting your time with it. When I would really have a look, maybe keep it for this year, because now the prices of like sheds and all that stuff will probably go up. But when it comes to winter, they'll be doing massive sales on stuff. They'll be, because that's when, they're not going to make or sell many sheds, or like, or the make people make these outhouses. They're going to be like doing big massive savings on stuff and get a really good deal. Say, and see ones that do finance maybe, and for your 370 quid a month, you'll definitely get easily a really good shed. I personally would do that, and then you're right there. It's right there. You don't have to worry about it. You're going to save money on petrol, and also the one thing is, yes, you'll be paying finance, and it's a struggle at times, but at least eventually it's going to be yours. Yeah. Where this other thing, you're always going to be paying it. Yeah. And it's never going to be yours, is it? Yeah, that's what I would say. I'm in. With me, I use 2 rooms for stock, which I shouldn't be doing. I got a shed where that is where all my stuff that I've listed. But my problem is I've got a carport. I haven't got a garage, and I really need to get a garage door put on. And obviously, because it's a carport, it needs to be bricked up at the back. Next doors have had theirs done because it's joint. So I don't know how much that's going to cost. I've looked at garages because I obviously want an electric garage because it's just better. You're looking about £1,000 to get one of them fitted, and then obviously it's the wall and having a door put in at the back. So probably about 2-3 grand maybe, which 2-3 grand just to get a wall put up and the thing, and then still it's going to be freezing cold in that garage. I, if anything, I probably would like a massive outhouse from one side of the garden all the way to the other side. If you see my shed's quite a big shed, but it's old now. And in the winter, it's cold, and obviously I'd want to get probably one that's right at the back, stretches all the way at the back. Obviously, I got my dad's ashes, so I'd build on top of my dad's ashes. It doesn't matter because that'll be there. I'll tell him, so it'd be more raised, and I'd maybe have like a balcony, like what you call it, at the top, where it's like a step up, like little like seating area. Maybe, I don't know, but I know them outhouses are really, really expensive. I mean, really expensive. And do I want to spend over 10 grand plus on a glorified shed? Because that's what they are. They're glorified sheds. You know. I mean, I'd rather just have an extension put on the house. At least the house would be worth a lot more, and it's indoors and everything properly. So yeah, I don't know. Uh, it's having the money as well. Like I said, I'm rubbish at saving as well, and it's not my house; it's my mom's house. You know what I mean? And there's a lot. The house needs decorating. It all needs doing, but just unfortunately, it's come to that stage where my dog is coming on. She's my only dog left now, and she's coming to the ends of her days. She's all right. It's just her legs are going at the back, so there's no point decorating the whole house and all that until because sometimes she's a bit incontinent, if you know what I mean, because she's older now. She can't, when she needs to go to the toilet, she can't get to the door quick enough, and because she's deaf, she finds it hard to communicate a bit more. So there's no point doing the house up until obviously she's died, because there's no point getting a brand nice new carpet and all these nice sofas and all that lot, because she does, when we go out, she'll be on the sofa, and yeah, there's no point doing the house up until until she's died, unfortunately. But it's one of them things, isn't it? But yeah, when it comes to all that stuff, I personally would, I would never get a unit. I'd never get a unit. I just don't think they're worth it. I got nothing against people who have units and that, of course, but I just feel like some people get units because they feel like they're just following people who have got units, or they want to look like they're a professional and that, and it's not professional. You know what I mean? It's just a waste of money. And a lot of these people have units. I've seen somebody on TikTok, he's just got himself a unit, and I commented on it. He's a young lad. It's always these people with clothing. Oh, I'm spending this much money on a unit. Look at my, and I'm thinking your stock is hardly no, you got hardly no stock. Why are you wasting money on a unit? It literally got 3 or 4 rails of clothing, and I'm thinking, why are you spending this much money on a rail? Just put them in boxes, and it'll basically be what, a corner of a room. It's just a waste of money. It's just to look like you're going somewhere. It's all show. Most of these unit people are just doing it for all show. Unless you've got tons of stock or you got no room, there's no point in having a unit. He paid a lot for his. He did pay a lot. I don't know why he paid that much. It's a good one. It is. It's top quality. Like, it's not cheap wood. It looks very sturdy. He's obviously had the electric and all that put in as well. Certain, you got to remember, he lives down south as well, so it's probably going to be more. But his shed is compared to my shed, I think it's about the same size. Well, obviously he's had proper doors on, where his wood is probably like, around, his shed's probably thick wood like that, where mine's just like, like normal shed, like a normal shed basically. Better quality, but he did pay a lot of money for it. I have to admit, it is a lot of money. Well, you know what? Fair play to him, because he wanted it, and I give him respect for it, because he admitted it. He's paying on finance. He didn't have to tell anybody he's paying on finance, and I respect him for that. Some people have all these things and you look like they're making loads of money and all that lot, but they never tell you how they've got it. They just want you to look like, watch them and go, oh my God, you must be doing so good on Reselling and all that lot. You've got this massive unit, blah blah blah, doing this, bending this, where they've probably got a big massive loan, and they just don't want to admit it because they want to look like they've made all this money, which they are eventually going to make the money, which fair enough. You can't get a massive loan without knowing you can make that money. But there's no shame in telling people, I got a 20 grand loan, so I bought this big unit which is going to help me pay for it for six a year in for that, the loan, and then I've bought loads of stock. There's no shame in it. Most businesses, even Big Al said he's got the eBay business loan out. He doesn't even need it. He just said it's nice to have it. He got a 15 grand loan he did from them, and it just shows that he's so transparent. He doesn't need it. He said it's just there. It's a nice comfort thing. So instead of going into his own money, he can go into that money and use it as part of the business if he needs something. He said he doesn't like need to go into it, but it's there for a rainy day if he wants it. Dig the footings yourself, build it yourself. Cost about 5k. Oh, one. Yeah, I ain't got the experience to do that, and also I can't be bothered. I probably could do one. Like I said, I did landscaping for like 10 to 15 years. I've put up like fences, stuff like that. I've done decking. I've done slabbing. I could do the slabbing. I don't think I could build the shed. Plus, I ain't got the tools for it. I ain't got no tools at all. I've got a screwdriver, a couple of screwdrivers and stuff like a hammer. I can't be bothered with it. Plus, it's hard work. It's hard work, you know. And yeah, you're paying for the labor, really. You're not paying for the wood and all that lot. It's the labor you're paying for, because that's the thing. And also, you got a guarantee as well, won't you? So yeah, I can't be bothered. If you can do that sort of stuff, then fair enough, do it. But I really can't be bothered, because it's just it'll knacker me out. 15 years ago, yeah, fair enough, I would have done it, but not now. I can't be bothered. I won't have time to do it as well, especially with doing my work, looking after my son. It's too much other stuff to do, and like I said, I wouldn't have a clue. I'd be able to lay the foundation. I know it can save you a bit of money just laying the foundation and all that lot, but I can't be bothered to do that either. There's no point. If you can lay decking, you can. Yeah, I know. I know, but it's like I said, then I had all the tools and all that lot. I did me and my dad did this big massive house once, and the garden was flat, and then it went like that, and they wanted it the decking all on the bottom of the flat part, so we had to deck all that. And then it wanted where it came onto they wanted a step down where patio, and then they wanted 3 layers, so they wanted it cut out in the grass, so it's like 3 steps with a walkway, you know, like a stepping thing with banisters, you know, like that through the middle. They wanted vegetable patches on one line, and then it flower bed on the second line, and then on the top was going to be grass. I think back then we charged 7 grand for that, which, thinking about it nowadays, that would have you're probably looking at a 20 grand job now, if more. They pay for all the stuff. That's what we used to do, because we got done once where we paid load of money for the slabs and they didn't pay. So after that we thought, no, never. So what we did was we say, this is what we need, this is what we need, here's the address, just order it yourself, tell us when it comes, and then we'll start doing it, and then you'll only pay us for labour. So yeah, that was hard work though. That was really hard work. Yeah, I've done a few I think I've done about 4 or 5 decking jobs, but I've done more slabbing, because decking's not as important as it was now. Staff was okay. It was okay. Anyway, I'm gonna go now, guys, because my mum and my lad's here.